Hello, Elizabeth here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a rhinestone cow print tumbler. You do not need to own a Cricut machine for this project. Of course, if you want to, you can purchase a blank tumbler and cut some custom cow spots out of vinyl with your Cricut machine and put them on yourself. But a tumbler that already has cow print on it costs about the same as a blank tumbler. So in my opinion, you might as well just skip a step and buy the cow print tumbler in the first place. I'm gonna walk you through everything step by step. I started with this 20-ounce stainless steel cow print tumbler. You can find links to this and the other products I'm using in the description of this video. My favorite glue for rhinestone projects is called Gem Tack by the brand Beacon, and I transfer it into a precision tip bottle. I like to use a wax pencil that can be sharpened to pick up and place my rhinestones. For this tumbler, I'm using 3mm, 4mm, and 5mm white and black jelly flatback rhinestones. First, I prepped my tumbler by sanding it all over with some sandpaper to rough up the surface, which will help the glue and the rhinestones adhere to it better. Then I cleaned it off with rubbing alcohol to remove the dust and any dirt or oil that could be on the surface of the tumbler. I always start along the straight edge of my tumblers to make sure I get a nice clean outline that will look great and won't interfere with the way the lid fits on the tumbler. For the outline, I just used my smallest 3mm stones to maintain a consistently even edge. I used black rhinestones on the black cow spots and then filled in the white spaces in between with white rhinestones. For the rest of the tumbler, I found it easiest to fill in all the black spots in one section around the cup, and then fill in the white spaces in between those spots, starting by outlining the outside edge of the spots with white stones. Then I repeated in each section of the cup. I used a technique often referred to as the scatter method, which means I used various sizes of rhinestones and just placed them however they would fit together, trying to have as little space between the stones as possible, but not placing them in any particular pattern or order. So there was some combination of all three rhinestone sizes in each cow spot and in the in-between space. Typically, I would use more of the smaller stones along the outer edges of the spots and the larger stones closer to the middle, because the smaller stones are easier to create a precise shape with, while the larger ones are better as fillers. Another thing to note is that my stones are very close to the edges of the cow spots without actually overlapping them. The existing painted pattern on the tumbler creates the nice rounded edges of each of the cow spots, and if the rhinestones were to overlap those edges, they would create a bit of a bumpy, wavy line, if that makes sense. There's no visible gap between your rhinestones because they match the color of the cup underneath. So while you want your stone placement to be pretty tight, there's no need to stress about there being small gaps because the overall pattern still looks like a perfect cow print. Gem-Tack is a forgiving glue that dries slowly, so if you do happen to mess something up and need to rearrange your stones, you do have some time to do that before they are fully cured. You may notice a bit of white glue spilling out in between some of your rhinestones, which is totally normal. The glue will dry clear and it will look great when it's done. You don't want a huge mess of glue, but in my opinion, it's better to use a bit too much rather than too little so that your stones will be nice and secure and won't fall off. You will find the tip of your precision tip bottle will get clogged every now and then. To help prevent this, always put the rubber lid back on your bottle when you're not using it. But when it does get clogged, I find it easiest to keep a sewing straight pin on hand, which are long, very skinny, and have a little bead on the end. And you can stick it right down into that precision nozzle to unclog it, and the bead will stop it from getting lost inside. As I approached the bottom of the tumbler, I rhinestoned along the bottom edge of it with my 3mm stones, just like I did at the top rim, to make sure that my edge would be nice and straight and not interfere with the way the tumbler sits on a surface. And here is the final result. Once you're done rhinestoning, you want to let your glue dry for a full 7 days to make sure everything is fully cured. At that point, you can hand wash your tumbler to remove any wax or glue residue on your rhinestones and make sure everything looks nice and shiny. I have another video tutorial demonstrating how to hand wash tumblers if you've never done it before. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment letting me know what sort of projects you'd like to see in the future. See you later!